If you grew up in the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s, chances are you have fond memories of roaming around the neighborhood by yourself, riding a bicycle without a helmet, doing jumps, and playing with some serious hazardous toys. Hello, slip and slides. We sort of can't believe we made it out alive. But on the other hand, perhaps all this independence at a young age is exactly what made us into the capable adults we are today. Are we doing the next generation a disservice with all our helicoptering, snowplowing, and general hovering? According to researchers, yes. Are these my words? No. It's actually the opening paragraph to a Yahoo News story entitled, "In 2023, Parents Need to Worry About Risk Deficit Disorder." I just read it to you, word for word. Sounds like somebody's been watching our Tough Kids series on YouTube. Welcome back, Tough Kids, to our latest version, Risk-Taking Tough Kids. Risk deficit disorder is when children are not exposed to graduated levels of healthy risk throughout their developmental years. Research supports that this lack of risk has tremendous consequences for how kids turn out as adults, namely, that they will not develop critical life skills such as persistence, resilience, and problem solving. Children learn by taking risks and making mistakes. Better they make these mistakes when they are young and the consequences are small than when they are adults and the consequences are greater. Some examples of healthy risk include walking to school by yourself, playing outside unsupervised, cutting the lawn or climbing trees, engaging in snowball fights, going on a dangerous amusement park ride, Hello Action Park, or simply jumping at the second floor window in the middle of school. Okay, this last risk might be a little bit unhealthy. So let's compare the tough kid risk takers you just watched with these kids, the risk-adverse ones. Remember how your parents used to leave you home alone, like before your first birthday? Okay, maybe not that young, but you get the idea. They'd be like, in case of an emergency, try us at the Ackerson's house. Yep, in case Ted Bundy broke in, just calmly grab the Who's Who in Ramsey, also known as the phone book, and calmly look up Ackerson under the letter A, as Ted Bundy held you at knife point. And if you're the one who went out, they'd be like, here's a quarter to call home, but it's only in case of an emergency. Yeah, we wouldn't want you to waste that quarter for a non-emergency, like frostbite or something like that. Meanwhile, today's third grader has a smartphone. They have Google Maps, they have Alexa, they even have a school bus app, all to navigate that crazy 3-block walk to school. That's if they have to walk to school at all. So how about we compare the risks at Halloween? Back then it was trick-or-treating with your buddies in unknown, unexplored neighborhoods. Today, it's trunk-or-treat in adult-saturated parking lots. Imagine being a kid having to trick-or-treat like this on Halloween. A bunch of nervous moms in your face saying, "Don't open any candy from a trunk we don't know." You want some further risk comparisons? Back then it was hanging out the car window without a seatbelt, even the family dog. Today it's kids with neck cushions. Neck cushions? I wonder what Linda Blair would think of neck cushions today. I don't think she would have been a big fan. Father Damien's face after seeing his first kid in a neck cushion. Ah, there it is. That reminds me, I need to go to the chiropractor. Parent Magazine just ran this article. It starts, as a parent, do you ever find yourself saying, slow down, or not so high? Sometimes kids are risk adverse because we don't allow them to try anything, says the author. Parents bubble wrap their children so they can't take any chances. Avoidance is the hallmark of anxiety. So, let them try things out. The article discovers that parenting trends keep churning out kids who are more risk-averse than previous generations, which is ironic considering the world is safer now than it's ever been. There have been a reduction in risky play starting in the late 80s as we moved towards intensive parenting, where parents became much more involved. in their children's lives. Is it any wonder that we have been led to believe that being a good parent means being a controlling parent? In short, we've stopped letting kids be kids. Consider our favorite Tough Kid quote: "Prepare the kid for the road, and not the road for the kid." Take heed, Snowplow Parent. We're talking to you. So what can be done about it? You want your kid to take healthy risks. The goal should be to keep children as safe as necessary, not as safe as possible. So encourage your children to walk home from school alone or build a fort. Go on playground rides without you watching over them. Tell them to put down their smartphones and skip TikTok and Instagram. The real risk of social media is wasting away your life watching other people's fake lives. Embrace the car culture and discover what it feels like to be young and free. Explore nature. Compete in roughhouse with their friends. And above all else, don't coach your kid. Let somebody else coach your kid. Daddy ball destroys children. Let them hear strong language that will motivate them. And then, when they come crying to you to complain about the coach, support the adult, the coach, like Buttermaker.
What for?
We need to practice.
But we disbanded the team. We took a vote.
God damn it! Nobody's vote counts around here but mine. Get your gear on and get your fat ass behind a plate before I kick it up there. The rest of you pansy-ass quitters, move your asses before I kick them all up there. Get in your position.
We all had a coach like Buttermaker, and we're all better because of it. Bad news for the Athletics. Come on, kid, you're stepping in the bucket. Stop being such a wimp. And while we're at it, you need to stop comparing your kids to other people's kids. Stop living through your child so your child can learn to live on their own. And the last thing you can do is stop annoying your child by saying over and over again, be careful. If you want to raise an independent and resilient adult, not letting your kid take a risk is actually the real risk. Until next time, back is the way forward. And if you like our videos, please consider subscribing. It's free.